The storm, man. The storm. I'm talking about that storm within. Now, men and women potentially watching this, if you got it, you know what I'm talking about. That storm. I felt it when I was young. Not sure where it came from, or what was the seed, or if it just bred in. But I felt it. There was this uneasiness, this pressure, that it's like unsettled feeling of rage. It was tumultuous, this tumultuous movement, internal. I came out here once again, just like on that Winds of Change video, thinking about a different topic. Then I sat down and I felt this energy. It got me thinking about that storm, man. I know special operators, guys in the military, you feel that storm. I am the storm, right? And for many years of my life, decades, that storm was my demise. It was the source of my pain. I couldn't harness that power. I mean, I had flashes of control where I could harness it. I use that energy correctly, like a ship with a sail. I can use that power accurately and to direct myself to the right port. I dug in SEAL training through some of the dark moments, dug in jail. I could dig into that storm when I had to pull some belief out of myself, to pull some drive, to pull some vision out, like that tenacious relentlessness, that I could do it, that I had to do it. That's where that storm helped me out. Definitely times in the Legion, those cold barracks rooms and those runs, running with the ruck, like I always say, getting yelled at by some Russian dude speaking French with a Russian accent. And I had to dig deep into that storm. And that was the only time that storm was quieted, when I was engaged in pain, engaged in progress, engaged in evolution and walking on the path to my divine design. It was off the field, in town, on liberty, or just any extra time was when that storm was very detrimental to my life, to the people around me. It was a agent of chaos, the storm was. Because that uneasiness, I had to quiet it. I would quiet it with drugs and alcohol. I would quiet it with vices. Man, when I wasn't fully engaged in my purpose, I sought pleasure. That's just how it is. When a man doesn't have a purpose, he distracts himself with pleasure. That's all it is. Idle hands, man. Devil's playground. And that storm, it was tough for me to sit and just read a book, man, with that storm in me. I needed some inputs, some hard inputs to even me out, or I thought, right, which was definitely not the case. That's when, in that French Foreign Legion barracks room, when I realized I was still not happy and that storm was still raging inside me and there was nowhere else to go, that was a scary fucking moment, man. But also one of the most powerful of my life, when I realized the only way I could harness that storm, not quell it, not quiet it completely, But harness it was to start pushing internal and start using it to structure my day, to structure my thought process, to use it as this deliberate tool, this deliberate force that would direct me to where I needed to go, to where my destiny was. And that's when I started using it. That's when I started engaging in those daily disciplines and every day, because I realized, man, that storm is 24/7, 365, 366 on a leap year. I couldn't take a day off because my storm in me didn't take a day off. And I needed to maintain my vibrational frequency correct, to keep it all leveled out, to keep things even, to keep things right, to keep my mind right, to keep my thought process right, keep my vision clear, maintain that frame, that storm. Man, it's great on deployments, man. It's great when you're getting after it. It's that lion inside. It's good. Tell you what, that's not even a fucking, that's a fraction of a percent of a man's life. It's the rest that matters. It's the rest that has the profound impact on your family and your overall well-being and quality of life. So it's best to not deny it. You got to accept the storm. The ship doesn't deny the storm. It figures out a way to use it. Figures out a way to direct its energy. We're all energy. Some operate a little more powerfully than others, right? Some people are more dull. That's just how it is. They might get in a lot less trouble, but they also achieve a lot less often, right? If you're dull, they just don't have that fire, that charisma, just are, yeah, you don't get in trouble, but you also don't do shit, right? Positive or negative, ma'am. I'm not saying that's wrong. I'm just saying that's a factual thing. Some people have a little bit stronger life source. So guess what? When I talk about those hard and heavy inputs, we have, unless you want those heavy inputs or seek them out in bullshit and wasted time and vices and pleasure chasing and all that, and you want your life to fall apart, and you'll get some heavy engagements legally, life, chaos, and karma, or we can deliberately choose how to direct those inputs accurately and employ them as disciplines. Employ them strategically to use that storm's energy in the right ways. Push us in the right, on that right bearing, man, to that port of paradise. Let's do it. Be smart out here.